Okay.
Yes, sir. We are live and in color once again, once again, once again. Here we are at episode
35.
35.
35.
Nah, that never gets old. Yeah, I like that, my man, my man. Let's do it again, man. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Ooh,
As you
35.
know, we only bring the best of the best on here, and today's no different. This is our third football player on here. We have had Storm Russo, a uh, third generation player. Um, check out his episode. Um, we had right after him, we had Tony Boyd on here, Tony Boyd Jr., who already getting offers already going into his seventh grade. The boy's only 13. He's doing big things. And shout out to him. And our guest today is going to follow in those footsteps. He's a second generation athlete. He has it in his genes. His dad was an elite running back for one of my arch rivals at USC and Washington State.
The
So
Pac-12. The
yeah,
Pac-12. The old Pac-12.
Pac-12. So shout out to Theron West. Man, y'all need to go Google him and look him up, man. That dude was for real, man. He gave us headaches on Saturdays. But shout out, but and I thank him for allowing us to have his son on. Theron West II. So he's also a running back. He's elite. He's got videos out there going viral. So you got to check them. You got to check them out. And shout out to my man AJ Green. He's a big supporter of Theron West here. Well, the second, what I call him T2, because he's too fast. That dude is fast. Like he blink, he gone. That fast.
I'm like Sonic.
Y'all
Sonic?
heard him. Y'all heard him. But um, he'll give you the details of, and we're gonna show you, as y'all know, that we don't just talk about it. We have receipts about our athletes. But he is the truth, and he's shown toughness, bouncing back from a serious injury, back out there on that field, and still doing big things. So, Carlos,
Yeah.
let's tell the audience who we have on this screen that's smiling at them.
Yeah, let's bring him on. Tonight's guest is a class of 2030 football player from the state of California. He plays on both sides of the ball as a running back and a defensive back. Football is more than a game for him. It is his passion and path to a better future. So now, please welcome to the Be Ready Sports Podcast, Theron West II.
AKA T2 too fast.
Yep,
There you go.
that's for you.
Let's sound the alarm. That's what y'all hear every time he gets the handoff. That's what y'all hear. Then y'all better get out the way. So T2, tell them a little bit about you, man.
So, A little about me is like when I was growing up, I watched my dad play football, and then we started doing little drills in the house. Start doing working on my feet work and stuff. He'll always tell me like just chop your feet. And then my first year playing flag, I did not know what I was doing. I just went out there doing stuff, and I was pretty good. And then my dad asked me, "Do I want to stay in flag or play tackle?" I said I want to play tackle, and then that's where it started clicking into me. That's where I started getting like all my feet work better and stuff. That's where I start like knowing like the game. And then my best year was probably 9 years. That was my favorite year. I like that year a lot.
And I think
Okay.
that's when I started following you on your 9U year. That's when I started following you. So yeah, we've been talking a lot on Instagram before we got on here. More recently than before because before he was young, so he really wasn't on here that much. But now, we've talked, and I've kind of talked him through that injury. I'm not taking the credit for for his bounce back. I'm not going to do that at all. But I did give him, talk him through that because I know it was a tough period of time for him, and I know he was feeling down. So, you know, try to do my best. I'm all across the country, and like I can just walk up there and be like, dap him up in person, be like, bro, you're gonna be okay. But I had to give him words of encouragement, send some prayers his way, and God works in mysterious ways. Got my man back up there. So yeah, we've been knowing each other for a while, but this is the first time we've actually talked like face to face. So I am very honored to have him on here, and I'm excited for y'all to see because he's very, very, very deserving of being on here. Very deserving. But we have some hot topics on here, and T2. I know this is your first time here on Instagram on a podcast, so just relax and have fun. All right, so we're gonna talk a little NFL real quick. I'm gonna pick T2's brain here on the NFL. So what what is your favorite team? What's the team that you follow?
Ravens.
Ravens. Shout out to the Ravens, and the Format Podcast would love this if he's watching because he's a diehard Ravens fan, and Baltimore Bruce, if he's watching, he's a diehard Ravens fan. So as you know, your boy got the MVP last year. No, he didn't. They gave it to he got the don't let me misquote.
Hmm.
He should have got the MVP last year, but they gave it to what's his name? I,
Josh Allen.
Yeah, I hate when I can't think of a name when I'm talking about him.
Josh Allen, Buffalo.
Josh Allen. Yeah, but I think we all know why because they won the playoff game. We all know that, but both was deserving. But Lamar Jackson, what do you think? Like I think he's gonna have another MVP year. Lamar Jackson. I think he's gonna come back with something to prove, and I think this is gonna be his best year yet. I think this is gonna be his best year, better than his MVP years. He had an MVP here last year, but I think it's gonna skyrocket. His
Take it to him.
defense got better. He had a full year with Derrick Henry, so I think they're gonna have that chemistry. And he's also launching that pill. So I think he's gonna have a breakout year. I hate to say it because I'm a San Fran guy, but I gotta be unbiased, right, Carlos?
Yeah,
Yeah. When you run a show, you gotta be unbiased.
yeah, it's true.
So T2, what do you think the Ravens got to do to host that Lombardi because it's overdue?
Mm, I don't even know.
Come on,
What
you
do you,
got
like what you mean by that?
like win the Super Bowl.
Oh, I think they just gotta like have some great teamwork and like play together. Make sure they block for each other, and they'll probably win the Super Bowl.
Well, they plugged some holes in the secondary um, that they filled in free agency and the draft. They beefed up that defense. They and they're gonna need that with the teams in their division. Shadur Sanders is there. Um, you got Cincinnati that airs it out, and now you got Aaron Rodgers over there in Pittsburgh with DK Metcalf. So I think that was smart for them to beef up that secondary. But I think they're going to be fine. They're going to have a top five defense. They're going to lead the league in running again. It's just that passing game. Yeah, it's just that passing game. They were one play away from making it to the AFC Championship. Mark Andrews got to make them catches.
Um, he
Mark
got to
Andrews.
catch it. All he got to do is catch it and turn around, and he would have had it. But a 2-point conversion, he missed it.
Yep. Somebody alerts are going off.
I don't know who.
Somebody's alerts going off. But Carlos, what do you
Yeah.
think? What do you think the Ravens need to do so they can host that Lombardi at the end of the year?
I think personally, I think Baltimore just be just fine because they won the AFC North last year. They pretty much got the same team with Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. I think they'll be fine. It's just that when they play these other teams like the Buffaloes, the the Kansas Cities of the world, they have to how do you say it, elevate their game. They have to elevate their game more, because obviously we all saw they were one play away from beating Buffalo,
Yeah.
so they just have to elevate their game. That's all. Like they'll be all right. It's just that they need to elevate their game against these, the top teams in the AFC. And I really think they can do it. I think so.
Okay. So let's give our early predictions. Who do you guys predict in the AFC Championship game? I'll start with our guest T2. Who do you think is going to be in the AFC Championship game next year?
Chiefs. Chiefs
Chiefs and who?
and Eagles again.
No, the AFC Championship.
The
Oh,
AFC.
uh, Chiefs and Ravens.
Chiefs and Ravens. Okay. And Carlos, who do you think is going to in the AFC Championship?
Yeah, probably Ravens and Chiefs, but there's other teams that can sneak around in there, like the Denvers, if Tua stays healthy, the Dolphins, if he stays healthy. But I think right now, Ravens, Chiefs, that's what it's looking like right now. That's what is like forecasted right now, in my opinion, for the AFC.
All right. Well, who do y'all think in the AFC is going to have that breakout year that didn't, that's the team that's on the fence that you think is going to break through this year and make the playoffs?
Dolphins.
Oh, Carlos, see, Carlos is best friend now.
Interesting.
He's a Dolphins guy.
Interesting.
And why do you think the Dolphins going to have that breakout year?
Because probably Tyreek could probably help them. They just need to get to a healthy.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why he keep having them head injury.
Yeah, he's got to stay. And that's that offensive line. They're going to keep him upright.
Yeah.
And what about you, Carlos? Who's your breakout team in the AFC?
I'm gonna have to go with Theron here. I'm gonna go with T2 here. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins because they have to keep Tua healthy. They have to keep Tua healthy, obviously, because when Tua's healthy, I feel like they're a great team because you have Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill. You have the receivers. They're like the fastest team in the NFL. You just have to keep Tua healthy because if Tua's not healthy, we've all seen what happened to the Dolphins. They played like the worst team in the NFL. But I'm a bit confident this year because they did get Quinn Ewers. They did bring Quinn Ewers from the draft, so I'm pretty confident about that in regards to depth wise.
Yeah, solid backup in case he goes down. We don't want him to go down, but solid backup.
Yeah, I agree.
And you got that security blanket. You got a tight end too.
Yeah, we did.
Security blanket. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go off the radar, and I'm gonna say I think the Raiders will be that sleeper team.
Raiders,
Um,
man.
Oh yeah, they
yeah,
got
but
Aston Genty.
yeah, he's a speed back just like you, man.
Genty
He's
at
a,
T2.
yeah, because they're going to be run heavy with Pete Carroll there.
Yeah.
It's just you know Gino is going to be the question. Like which Geno Smith are they gonna have? They going to have that Geno Smith that turned Seattle around, brought them into the playoffs, or that Geno Smith that's where they miss. That throws to the other team instead of his receivers. So it depends on those two. And now
Yeah.
let's move to the. Oh, are we still talking about the AFC? Um, let's before we move to the NFC, let's talk about this pickup here with Aaron Rodgers. Um, Go ahead, Carlos. Read what Aaron Rodgers quote right here.
Yeah, so Aaron Rodgers said this. He said this afternoon on the Pat McAfee show. He's a friend of the program. He's there. He's a friend of the program, and he basically just said this. I'm pretty sure this is it. I played 21 years to be exact. What better place to finish than in one of the cornerstone franchises of the NFL, Pittsburgh? Obviously, historic franchise with the Steelers, and he did sign a 1-year deal in Pittsburgh, so it kind of does make sense. And he's kind of giving a little of a hint here as this might be his final season, and he's basically saying, why not end my season in one of the cornerstone franchises in the NFL in Pittsburgh?
hmm And he does well with big receivers.
Yeah,
You see what he did with Devontae Adams, and he
yeah,
has DK is a machine. Um, he's like Devontae Adams on steroids.
yeah. He's a
So
true athlete.
yeah, so he does well. I know T2 don't want him to uh, do do well when they match up twice against his Ravens.
Yeah.
They wanted to be sack central.
Yep.
But how do you? So what do you think? How do you think Aaron Rodgers' season is gonna go? Let's start with you, Carlos. How do you think his season is gonna go this year in Pittsburgh?
I think he's gonna do decent. To be quite honest with you, I don't think he's gonna go like Hall of Fame status, but I think he'll be decent. And I think a team like Cincinnati will be a better team than them. And I feel like he'll have a decent season, just decent.
He said Hall of Fame status.
Not Hall of Fame,
Is it not Hall of Fame status?
not his prime, like not his prime. Like he's obviously not gonna play in his prime, but like he's gonna be like decent.
Okay. What about you, T2? How do you think his season is gonna go?
I think his season gonna go good because if you think about this gonna be his last year, he might as well just go all out and try to like work hard and play harder. But I think like a better team for him will probably be the Detroit Lions.
Detroit.
Oh, but they got Jared Goff there. They're not moving
Yeah,
on from him.
Jared Goff. Yeah,
I
that's
thought
what.
he should have went to Minnesota. To be honest, with those weapons that he have right here in his last year, he would have had a party like a Tom Brady type season. Tom, not his Super Bowl season, not his final season.
Yeah,
Because those weapons you don't need a big window with Justin Jefferson. You don't need a big window with those guys, and they have a solid running game. Pittsburgh is still in my opinion in like rebuild mode.
yeah,
So I'm not. But we'll see.
yeah.
Well, let's move on to the NFC.
Yeah,
As you know, Philly Super Bowl champions. They um, looking to repeat, but they have some stiff competition out there. So T2, I'll start with you. What do you what are your thoughts on the NFC next year?
Mm, my thoughts is I don't even really know because I really don't know who's in the NFC or AFC though. I just know the Ravens. That's all
He
I know.
just all right, Carlos. What do you think about the NFC?
I think it's gonna be more competitive. There's contenders in the NFC because you obviously got the Eagles. They're like on top of the food chain, along with the Lions. You know, Commanders coming up in there. Dallas, um, they're average. They're average. Minnesota is obviously going to compete. Green Bay is going to compete. NFC South, they're kind of getting a little bit better there. NFC South, I think they're going to be better than they were last season. Then NFC West, you obviously in Seattle, they got Sam Darnold, I believe, from in Seattle. So
Good
yeah,
for them.
in Seattle, yeah, he clearly doesn't like them.
Good,
Clearly,
good for them. We get to see them twice. He
division
could throw all.
rivals.
He could throw all those interceptions to my boys. Good. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but and I feel like Detroit, they're gonna do better this season because I feel like last season was a bust for them. Like they should have won against the Commanders. I believe it was the Commanders. Like I believe the Lions should have won that, but they just I don't know what happened. But yeah, that's what's going on in the NFC, in my opinion.
Okay. And who's your who's that sleeper team that you think is gonna come out that can make some noise that
Sleeper
nobody's thinking about? Yeah.
that nobody's thinking about.
Yeah. Who's that sleeper team?
Let's see here. Oof. Probably. Mm, Probably the Commanders. Probably.
I was about to say that.
Probably Commanders, with Jaden Daniels and that squad up in Washington. I'm pretty confident in them, and I think Washington they'll compete with the Eagles, and I think the Washington Commanders they'll make a wild card, obviously, because they're not going to win the division. That's the Eagles division, but they'll be up there. They'll probably make a run again.
Yeah. Then they beefed up. Um, they got about three. We just gave them players last year,
Yeah,
off season, but they really stacked up. But I think Transformer probably like this, and I hate to say it. But y'all, look, Commanders. I don't think Commanders will be a sleeper because they're already shown that they're elite.
true.
They're gonna be up there. They can win that division. But Jordan Love and Green Bay, look out for them.
That was my second option, Green Bay. I
Yeah,
was thinking about that, Green Bay.
they picked up a few weapons on offense. They got a speedster out there on offense, and they made some key additions on in their secondary. So look out for them. So who do y'all have going into the NFC Championship?
Oh, wait, me first or T2?
You can go first.
Me? Okay. Okay, I got Eagles, and I'm gonna go Lions. Lions, Eagles for me.
Eagles and Lions.
Eagles, Lions. Yep.
What about you, T2? Who do you think going to go to NFC Championship?
Eagles and Commanders.
Eagles and Commanders. Oh, division.
Okay.
All
Interesting.
right, all right. Now, who do y'all have going to the Super Bowl out of those four picks? Y'all top four picks.
Okay, so I've got I'm probably gonna go Baltimore from the AFC. I think they'll get over the hump. I think they'll get over the hump in the AFC. I think they'll make it. And I'm gonna go for a little curveball here. Man, Eagles or Lions? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna stay with Eagles. I can't. I don't got the guts yet.
So you got Baltimore. So you got Baltimore going up against the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I don't have it yet with Lions. I don't have it with Detroit yet. Not yet. Just not yet with Detroit.
Okay. And what about you, T2? Who do you have going to the Super Bowl now? Out of your top four, you got Chiefs, Ravens, and then you got Commanders, and Eagles. Who do you think going to go to the Super Bowl out of those four?
Ravens and Chiefs.
No, you got to pick the NFC. Ravens against
Ravens
yeah,
and Commanders.
and the Commanders.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Commander Super Bowl.
All
Yeah.
right. So now to your Super Bowl matchups, who you got winning?
So between the Eagles and the Ravens, I'm gonna go with Philly for the repeat.
Oh.
Philly repeats. Eagles are gonna
Ooh.
repeat.
And what about you, T2, out of the Ravens and the Commanders?
I got the Ravens. I cannot. I can't.
Of
I
course.
got Ravens.
Of course. Of
I like
course.
that. He said I can't.
Hey, if he wants to, yeah. And the Ravens, they're Super Bowl contenders. Why not? He can go for them.
All right, write it down, Carlos. Early predictions. You got Eagles and T2 got Ravens.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're not gonna take too much time on this next one, on these next hot topics. We'll talk more about it tomorrow. Because today is all about T2. But we know tomorrow is in the NBA draft. You know, you got Dallas, San Antonio, Philly, Charlotte, Utah, Wizards, Pelicans, um, Nets, Raptors, Rockets, Blazers, Bulls, and Hawks, and Spurs again. But that needs to be updated from the trades that were made today.
Yeah.
Because the Nets now have what, 5 first-round picks this year?
Think so, I think.
Yeah. I think they still have the 8th pick. Well, we'll get into that when we talk about the trades. I had it up, the Nets picks, and I don't know what happened to it. But we all know Cooper Flagg's gonna go number 1 unless they trade him.
Probably not. They're 24 hours away from doing it. Or they might do it on draft night.
Now they might do it on draft night, or they may have already traded him, or they may have teams may have already made the trade and just not going to announce it until draft night. That happens a lot, in professional sports.
Yeah,
Like,
the reveal.
yeah, they just reveal it on draft night. But we'll go more in depth on the draft tomorrow because tomorrow is the draft. 8 o'clock Eastern. Don't miss it.
On ABC.
But let's talk a little bit about these trades. Let's start with the one that happened yesterday. We got Drew Holiday traded to the Blazers for Anthony Simmons and a 2nd-round pick. Celtics get an expiring contract and a younger player, and the Blazers get Drew Holiday, who they wanted. They were trying to get 2 years? 2023. I think they were trying to get Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
This is good for both. The Blazers get a defender that they wanted, and the Celtics have some flexibility, offloading that contract. So, what are your thoughts on this trade? It doesn't matter who goes first. What are your thoughts on this?
I'll go first on this one. Yeah, it was definitely shocking for me. When it happened late night. It happened last night. When Drew Holiday going to Portland, going to Purgatory to Portland, and obviously Celtics getting it.
My man said purgatory.
Yeah, man. They're in the wastelands of the NBA in Portland.
I thought that was Washington.
Washington, Portland, Utah, all of that. They're in the how do you call it? The wastelands down there in the NBA. OKC was there at one point. OKC was there at one point until they won a championship. So, guess we'll see what happens when Portland. They obviously need to do better. And then Celtics getting Anthony Simons, young player, and 2 second-round picks. So I thought it was a solid trade. It was all right.
It's all right.
Yeah, it was all right. It wasn't big. It was all right for me.
Nah, you gotta say it, Carlos. You gotta say it's all right.
It's all right. Yeah, Drew Holiday for Trailblazer. That's all right. Yeah, just chill for me.
What about you, T2? What do you
I play
think?
2K.
Say it again.
I play 2K.
I say, how you think about the trade? He say, I play 2K. You don't have no thoughts on this trade?
Mm, nah.
Mhm.
He probably gonna go on 2K and update his roster.
Yep, Drew Holiday gonna be there. Scoot Henderson, Robert Williams, who was a part of the Celtics, he's in Portland, so we'll see what happens in Portland.
Yep.
The poor
And there were two big trades today. Um, Celtics offloading these contracts. As you can see, the Celtics sent Kristaps Porzingis to Atlanta, and they received George Niang and a future second round pick. The Nets get Terrence Mann, the number 23, the 23rd pick in this year's draft, and of course the Hawks get Kristaps Porzingis. So um, the Celtics have to make more moves because they got rid of one of their few rim protectors,
yeah,
um, which is something that the Hawks needed. They're trying to get help over there for my man Trey Young.
yeah,
So, but they still gonna have to get a solid backup in case the injuries happen with KP.
yeah.
Uh, Nets get more assets. They
Mhm.
get on. I think the most valuable thing out of them is that first round pick. Terrence Mann is a dog. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, he's all right.
Um, but I think the main thing they did was for that 23rd pick, and Celtics get another, you know, aspiring contract. So they're in the overhaul. So what are your thoughts on this trade?
Boston, trading Kristaps Porzingis, Andrew Holiday. That was pretty, a little bit surprising for me because you take away Drew Holiday, take away Porzingis, Tatum might not be playing next season, so I don't know what's going on in Boston. Like I don't really have them top of the East. I see them as like a playoff team, probably a 6 seed, probably a 4 seed for next year. So Boston, they're in. I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna go on in Boston this offseason. For the Nets, I don't know what's going on in Brooklyn. Sorry, Christian Rios, Brooklyn Nets. I don't know what's gonna go on with them. Terrence Mann, you have the 22nd pick, and you got the number 8 pick. So building up young players in Brooklyn, Atlanta. You get Porzingis, you have Trey Young. Kind of upgrades you a little bit. Upgrades you a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see what happens next season.
Wait, you said Jason Tatum might not play. Why do you think that?
Yeah, because he got hurt against Tony. When did he get hurt against New York?
In yeah, in the Knicks series,
Yeah, he got hurt like bad,
tore
like,
his,
and I
tore
think
his
he tore
Achilles.
Achilles, and that's bad. That's like really bad. So
Hurt.
he what?
I know that one hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so he may miss the whole season because that what happened to Kevin Durant. He missed the whole season. So or
yeah,
he may come back toward the end of the season to the playoffs.
yeah,
We
but
don't know.
you do have to play in a regular season to make the playoffs, though. So you take away Porzingis, you take away Drew Holiday, Jason Tatum might even play. Like I think Boston right now, they're trusting Jaylen Brown to be that number one option, and we'll see what happens. Can Jaylen Brown be that number one option? Like he's getting paid a lot of money to be that number one option, so we'll see what happens if he can be a leader.
All right. And T, what are your thoughts on this trade, T2?
Mm,
I know you play 2K, but what do you think?
I play 2K. I just use them.
He's a football.
Yeah,
I let him slide on this one. He's a football guy.
yeah,
All right, last trade. This one just happened not too long.
yeah.
Trade between the Pelicans and
The Wiz,
the Wizards, the purgatory of the East.
the poor Wizards up in the nation's capital, the
So,
capital.
so the Pelicans get Jordan Poole, Sadiq Bey. They get the 40th overall pick in this year's draft, and the Wizards get C.J. McCollum, Kelly Olynyk. I'm surprised he still is playing.
Yeah, Kelly.
And a second round pick. Yeah, that's your boy from.
Yeah, he did used to play for Miami. He contributed a little bit. He contributed a little bit back in 2016 when we made the playoffs. He kind of contributed a little bit.
Yeah. Well, this trade really not going to really not going to turn heads,
Yeah,
but it's but Jordan Poole's on the move again. I think he'll do real good in New Orleans with Zion and company, but I don't
yeah,
think it moves the needle for either one of these teams.
yeah. No, it's a trade between two bad teams. It doesn't affect one or the other. It doesn't affect them. Like
Yeah,
it's just two bad teams right now.
yeah. So really, not too much to talk about on this one, but those are the trades.
Yeah, poor two teams.
But we'll get into detail about more into it tomorrow. Draft
Yeah,
night, so we'll do a lot of NBA talk, and we got other things that we're going to talk about
yeah,
too.
and also it just broke right now. Shams just reported Kyrie Irving signs a 3-year deal extension to stay in Dallas, so he'll be staying for another 3 years in Dallas.
Well, they got a solid squad coming.
Yeah, Dallas gotta watch out. Yeah, the West gotta watch out. They're coming.
But that is our hot topics for today.
Yeah,
So now we're going to get into the Q&A for my man T2. This is his episode. That was just a warm up to get him used to get him, the juices going on the podcast. You know,
Yep.
to calm any nerves that he may have. It's kind of like warming up before the game.
yeah.
It's kind
I'm
of
never nervous.
say it again.
I'm never nervous.
Never
Oh,
nervous.
my man locked in. Oh, okay,
Never
let's
nervous.
get it.
He's confident.
So, Carlos,
Yeah,
let's get to know let's let the audience know about my man T2. I know you got some questions for him.
yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. And all right, T2. First question: what inspired you to play football?
My dad, when I was growing up watching him, that inspired me.
Okay, yeah, I love it. All right, so what's your favorite part about playing football?
Not getting tackled and scoring, that's my favorite part.
Yeah, definitely scoring. Definitely scoring. All right. All right. So, do you prefer watching NFL or college football?
College.
Okay, why college football?
Because I just think it's more better. Like all the people that was like in high school coming to college, and it's just like fun to watch.
It's very fun to watch. The field stormings, the traditions. Like, it's just way different in college football. Like, it's just different in college football compared to the NFL. So, if you could play for any team in the NFL, who would it be and why?
Ravens.
Yeah.
Ravens because I want to play with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. He's also from South Florida, Tony. Lamar Jackson. So he's a Florida dog. All right. So what's your training/practice schedule like during the week?
So my training/practice schedule is sometimes I'll go to like the park, work on my feet, and then sometimes me and my dad will go in the garage and we'll like work out, lift weights, get our legs right, and our arms. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
you
solid.
gotta stay solid out there so you can break all those tackles and run through those arm tackles and run over those linebackers. Yeah.
Especially as a running back, you got to build them quads. You got to build them quads so that you can boom, boom, run over the defenders. So what do you do to mentally prepare for a game?
Use the bathroom.
Okay.
Wow. Hold on. That's a first.
Okay.
That's a first.
I like the butterflies.
Okay.
I got you.
Hey. All right. Hey.
Hey, honesty.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so what is?
Yeah, he didn't want to have damn, who's that quarterback that almost honest He did a story about. He talked about it after he retired. That's why I was laughing when he said that. Use a bathroom because he don't want to get caught up like that quarterback. He said he was like he had to go real bad, and he was because it was like one game. He's like halftime. He was the first one in the locker room. He like took off, and that was like his best. That was like his best game. And at the end of the game, he was like, "Man, first half, I had to use the bathroom bad, and I didn't want to get tackled." He's like, "'Cause I was afraid that I was gonna on my."
Hey,
Sorry,
sports is
I
really
don't I don't know if it was Lamar, but I saw a clip of him running into the locker room, so I think it's Lamar.
I don't know if it was Lamar. It was one of those quarterbacks that's not known for scrambling, and he had a monster first half,
yeah.
and they interviewed him after the game, and he talked about it again at the end of the season. He was like, "Man, I had to." I couldn't believe he said that. He's like, "Man, I had to go real bad, and I didn't want to get tackled." He was like, "Because I was afraid that I was gonna on my." I was like,
Yes,
"Heck,
yes, sports can be weird at times. They can be weird, you know.
sorry, T2. You don't know. You'll never know what direction the Be Ready Sports podcast will go."
Yeah. All right, T2. What is one part of your game that you want to improve on?
Hey, one quick, Dad's probably back there like, man, shaking his head right now, like, what the heck are they talking?
All right. Hey, he was the one that brought it up. T2. T2
He's
was the one
already,
that brought it up.
he's back there in the background, like, what the heck are they talking about? No, no, they.
Yeah, I'm just asking the questions.
All right, ask it again.
All right. So, what is one part of your game that you want to improve on?
Probably get it faster.
Get faster. All right.
I
That's
want to
cool.
be like Usain Bolt.
You saying bowl fast? All right. Yeah. Gotta be quick out there. All right. So, what are your strengths as a football player?
Um, Strengths.
Yeah.
Juking.
Be right back, y'all.
All right.
Hi.
Probably juking, running the ball, trying to run people over. Yeah, and my eyes and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. You gotta have those strengths. All right. So, do you like playing running back or defensive back better?
Running back,
And why running back?
cause I just like to run the ball.
Hey. Hey. I like it. I like it. All right. So, who do you idolize your game to?
Derrick Henry. No, Saquon.
Saquon. Okay. Why Saquon?
Cause like after I seen that backwards hurdle, that just I don't know.
Yeah. And that backward hurdle, that's now on the cover of the Madden game. So, yeah. Yeah. So, that backwards hurdle definitely got him on the cover. All right.
Oh,
So, what's your.
and Romeo Dockery.
Yeah, that too. All right. All right. So, what's your favorite memory from the game?
Mm, Probably against the Colts when I was sick playing the game, and I did that was like one of my best games. I was sick playing, and I accidentally hurdled somebody.
Really? Wait, so you're playing sick and you hurdle somebody?
Yep.
No, it kind of reminds me of when Michael Jordan played his flu game in the NBA Finals against the Jazz. And if he played, even if you're sick, like, and as long as you can move, like, as long as you can walk, you can play. You know what I mean? You gotta have that tough mentality, indeed. All right. So, have you ever had to play in bad weather?
Yeah. I had to play in rain.
Okay. So, how was it playing in the rain?
Horrible. I could not catch one ball.
Yeah, the rain is
And it was
brutal.
even worse because I was wearing gloves.
Oh yeah, it gets slippery. Indeed, yeah, yeah, most definitely. Like especially like up north, up in the Baltimore area. Like if you do play for Baltimore, when you do play for Baltimore, like it snows there. It snows, so you got to deal with snow. You got to deal with rain. It's happens. All right. So what do you like most about the team you are playing on right now?
I'm Hillstar. The team I like playing on most is like we be going like everywhere. We be going a lot of places, and we get like scouted and all that.
Okay. All right. So what's the hardest part about playing football?
Conditioning.
Yeah. Every sport. Yeah. Yeah. Same thing in basketball too. And I think we had an athlete from the last episode said, like, and I asked him the same question about what was the hardest part about basketball, and he said conditioning too. So, yep,
Yeah, I
you
haven't
got to
met
get.
like I haven't met like one athlete that didn't like conditioning.
Yeah, because it's like track practice. Like who signed up for track? Like we're playing basketball, football. Like it's not track. you know, you know what I mean. So like we got to get through it. You know what I mean. All right. So what's something football has taught you?
Mm, something football has taught me is getting good grades in the class. That's something football taught me.
All right, that's good. All right. So what are your long-term goals as a football player?
Being a student athlete.
All right, I like it. All right. So if you could meet any sports athlete, who would it be and why?
Odell Beckham. And why? Because, like, he got them hands.
Yeah, he did originate the one-handed catch. He did. He was the originator of that, and everybody started to do it after that. Every time when someone caught it with one hand, oh, he OBJ'd it. So he was the originator. So hey, all right. So
Hey,
besides what?
I was gonna say he made some Odell catches too. You're gonna see in his footage.
Yeah,
He made,
we'll get into that down the line. All right. So besides football, what other sport would you try and why?
Baseball.
And why
I'll
baseball?
try baseball because when I was at school, I was playing it and it was fun. And I just kept hitting home runs.
Really?
That's why
Okay.
I'll try.
oh, he might be the next Dion.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Football, baseball. Yeah.
Yeah, he might be the next Dion. Who knows?
If you want to. Hey, if the MLB drafts you, like it's possible because DJ Aguilera, who played for Florida State, he did get drafted by the Dodgers, and he decided to go to Florida State, and he could have won a World Series, but
Yep, like my dad.
what?
My dad did almost.
Oh yeah, like
He played football and baseball.
oh really? Wow. So hey, Deion Sanders right there, right?
He played everything.
Yeah, true athlete right there, right?
He got
True
it in his
athlete.
he got it in his genes. Hey,
Yeah.
if you decide to pursue it, go for it, man. Because I know you. If you do
Yes.
decide to play baseball too, you're gonna give it your all, and you're already fast. You'll be an elite base stealer.
Yeah.
Be another done.
Like,
And if you're already hitting it out the park now,
yeah. Like if you want to, go for it. Just go for it if you want to.
I would at jeez Louise.
Mhm.
I would but first if before you try go to like a baseball camp first to see and be around other baseball players and see how you really like it before you pursue it as a secondary sport full time. That's what I would do.
Or T2 might get lucky and get drafted all the way down in the deep bottom of the MLB draft. Who knows? Some crazy people got drafted down at the deep bottom of the MLB draft. Hey,
Man,
might be T2 one of these days.
T2 get drafted by the MLB and NFL. He gonna be a first rounder, man. We ain't gonna forget all that bottom of the barrel type stuff.
Okay, but T2, here's a scenario right here. What if like you get drafted way down at the bottom in the MLB draft, but you're playing football? Like, would you go for football or would you go for baseball?
I'll do both.
Okay, I love it. And I love this guy. All right. All right,
You, you,
so
now you understand why you understand why I brought him on here and why I've been following him for so long.
okay.
This dude is very chill.
Yeah.
This dude is very chill.
Yeah, I love it. All right, so last question. What are your favorite hobbies/interests outside the football field?
Playing the video games, riding my bike, doing wheelies, uh, riding my mini bikes, and probably going to Walmart because that's like what we do every day.
All right. All right,
Man,
that's good. Going to Walmart. All right, hey, that's a hobby, going shopping.
Oh,
Yeah,
and going outside, playing with my friends.
that's a good one right there. I
oh
love
yeah,
it. Yeah. Okay,
and
we're good.
and then he be smoking them all and racing.
Yeah.
Because you know how it is when you have that one friend that's good at sports and that's fast. Everybody want to race you, thinking
Yeah,
they can
beat you.
beat you, and
That
then
one
you like
thing.
and then you like, bro, man, chill, man. I don't
I
need
have that
that.
one friend. He think he could beat me. And we raced yesterday. I beat him. He was like, "It was my shoes. It's my shoes."
Yeah, rerun.
Yeah, they always make excuses like, no, man, no, man. It was
Yeah,
the grass. It was the grass, man. I can't run in grass. Like, all right, let's get on the concrete.
yeah,
Not today, man. I'm tired. Like, oh yeah, that's what I thought.
yeah.
So good questions, Carlos. You had my man. See, Carlos, he likes to make you rub your chin. He got you on one of them, but just for a
One,
second, he was like,
no,
no, but good questions, good questions. So one thing that I will say is before we get into the show and tell portion, which is every guest loves that part, the show and tell. So that's we show your footage, and then you get to tell us about it, and then any awards you want to show that you've gotten. That's why everybody loves that part. So, but one thing that's strong to me is family. That's one thing you and Carlos have in common. You guys got a strong family support system. That and I know that helps you keep going. So, how important is it having that family around you that got you that have your back and that family support that keeps you going? How does that help you with your career?
It helps me because, like, say, like, if you made like a bad play and you, like, your head is down, they'll like help you, make sure, like, comfort you, and then tell them you'll get the next play better.
hmm But sometimes it don't be sometimes it don't be coming in sugar and spice and everything nice. Sometimes it comes out in tough love, like, bro, what the you know. Sometimes it comes like that, but you understand it's all love, right?
yeah.
That family is big. So let me ask you this real quick before we go into show and tell too. Are you a sneakerhead?
Yes,
All right. What is your top three go to sneakers?
Jordan, Nike, and wait, like the brand or like any shoe.
No, your top three shoes. Your top three shoes.
Probably my Jordan ones, the low ones, and then probably Dunks and New Balances.
Okay.
All right.
And do you have your top three colleges you would like to attend yet, or are you still trying to figure that out?
Yep. hmm
All right. All right. What is your top three colleges?
Alabama, Washington, and LSU.
All right.
I did. Yeah. My apologies to your dad. I did say Washington State earlier. It wasn't Washington State. It was Washington. So I'm surprised he didn't come on. I'm surprised he didn't come on here and correct me.
Hmm.
So Crimson Tide. So you want to go to the SEC, Washington? What was the third one again?
LSU.
LSU.
Ooh.
Woo. Carlos would like you to go to Florida State, but
Hey, whatever's better for you, T2. That's all. Whatever's better for you. If Florida State's that option, go there. But whatever's better for you. All right.
let's say that let's say hypothetically you're on a Zoom call with um with Alabama's athletic director, and they said they're interested in bringing you on. Um, what would you tell them in that interview to make them decide to send you that offer letter?
Mm, that like I'm the best player. Yeah, I'm the best player for them.
Okay, but why are you the best player for them?
Because like, look at me.
'Cause
I,
look at
I'm fast. My ability. I'm strong. I can catch. I can throw. I can do anything.
Okay.
yeah, some good characteristics there. Like it.
Okay. But one thing that you will you I know high school is down the line, because you'll get these interviews in high school. But one thing that you would that you should do, just a food for thought, is know their offensive system that they run and tell them how you would fit in their offense in their system. Like know their play. You don't have to know their playbook to a T, but know what they like to run.
Yeah, just like watch them pretty
Yeah,
much on Saturdays.
Sure.
yeah. That's just food for thought. I know it's down the line, but I like to. I usually only ask that to high schoolers, but you're
Yeah,
you're on that.
yeah,
But I was just curious about your answer. But you're on that level, so you're gonna be getting offers real soon.
yeah.
I already have one.
Wait, from who?
Oh man, why you didn't tell me?
It's from. I forgot. Hold on. I gotta check. Hold on.
Yeah. Check. Because one of our guests here does have an offer right now.
San
Speedy,
Jose State University.
San Jose State. Oh wow, congratulations!
Oh,
Yes.
congratulations! And
Division one right there. Hey,
that's a
Tony.
Division One, yeah,
Hey,
in
hey,
Cali.
hey, Tony, you ready now? I'm about to play it. Division one right there. It's not easy going Division one. Like it's not easy. Oh, okay.
And when I got it.
Man, you deserve it.
Yeah.
So they're gonna you're on their radar. They're gonna follow you.
Yeah.
Especially when you start playing school ball next year. You're going to what the seventh grade, right?
Eighth.
Eighth. Okay, so they're gonna follow you at your school game. So
Yeah, they're gonna follow every little piece, social media, like what he posts, they're gonna be
yeah,
on you.
yeah, yeah. But he got someone in this household that's been through that journey. So he's
Yes.
gonna he's gonna make sure that he's on the straight and narrow, that he's not
Yeah.
out there
To keep
posting
me up.
crazy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
he will got him perfectly.
yeah, but and of course, I'm gonna follow your journey as well. Carlos is now too,
Yes.
and San Jose State. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So let's get into the show and tell portion. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna show your pictures first, and then what you'll do is tell us what was going on, what event that was, what happened in that picture on that play, if you remember the scenario, and all the fun stuff. Okay. So you ready for the first one?
Yep.
Let's get it. So speaking of a Hell Star, there you are, and the person that's with you is also.
What's that social media there? That social media whoopsies.
Yeah. Say that again.
Also,
No, it's on the T2. Say
Oh,
that
T2,
again.
go T2.
Oh, so that was Hellstar in that picture. That's when we was playing flag. That was our first time playing flag. Yeah, that year that was like kind of fun. And the person right there, his name is King.
Yeah, he's a tough quarterback too, right?
I gotta go follow him. Yeah, he's tough.
Yeah, he's a tough quarterback. And who's that also in you got two other people. I didn't notice that at first.
All right,
Who's that in the corner right here, holding the football?
in the corner, that's my boy Lil E. Yeah, he tough. And then the one with the camera, that's AJ Green cameraman.
That's what's up. Yeah, AJ Green does. Y'all gotta check him out though here on Instagram. I mean, and YouTube. He did a whole soundbite on all of Hellstars games. So y'all gotta check that out. on his AJ Green's YouTube.
Shout out Lil E and shout out King.
Shout out to y'all. You heard my boy. All right, let's get to the next one.
That picture, I was
Yeah.
guarding somebody and I was telling people to like play up.
Oh, being a leader, that's what's up.
Being a facilitator.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
My man looked like he benching 450 right here, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, look how solid he is. He's like, shh.
Yeah.
Who was y'all playing? Who was y'all playing? In this game? Because I can't. I know it's yellow. I can't tell. It's kind of like in the distance. But who was y'all
We were
playing?
playing the AZ Legend.
Yeah, they're pretty tough too, right?
Yeah.
That's what's up. And I think this is from the. Was this from the same game?
Yeah. Oh no,
Man,
no, that's from a different game. That's like the picture after I scored. Like, I was running and then they just called me. Like that.
Oh, okay. And this one looked like he'd been squatting 600.
Yeah.
He already developing them running back legs. So
Yeah. Already at a young age. I love it.
just waiting to. Oh, you're old enough to start lifting. You started lifting yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your max?
I don't
What's your
know.
squat?
I haven't tried it. I just been doing little stuff after I broke my arm.
I got you. I got you. But I know Dad's gonna get you in that routine real soon. Let me know let me know what your max is, man, so I can give you a shout out on the pod.
Yeah.
All right, and here we go again. This one, the reason why I like this one of all the pictures that you took because it looks like it was like shot in like fast motion and it caught you like boom, like you're so fast that you're faster than the image
Yep.
because everything else is like in a blur.
Yeah.
That picture is from when we was playing the Doughboys 18.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, that's what's up. And how did that game end up?
It ended up good. We actually won against
Okay.
18-year-olds. Bro, they were big.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
How did y'all keep up with them, man? They're 18, man. I know they was fast.
They too big, so we just like was running past them.
Oh, so they were like just big guys.
Yeah. Big, fat, all that.
All right.
He said big.
Just big in general.
Yeah.
All right.
My man has no chill. He said big. Oh,
They
Big
come
in gen-
came in clown outfits.
Wait, what?
They came in like clown costumes.
Oh my gosh.
oh wow. So they wasn't showing y'all no. So they thought it was just gonna be fun and games and gonna be a track meet,
Yeah.
and y'all had to let them know like you had to let them know that y'all about that life. So
Oh, they viral though.
I'm pretty sure. Well, let it. Well, I gotta check out the footage from that game too. Uh, I'll hit you up after.
All right.
But you are a brand ambassador, right?
Yeah.
And you got these. You're a brand ambassador for these shades that you got on, right?
Yep. Los Reyes.
See,
Shout
yeah,
out Los
Carlos.
Reyes. Yep.
Yeah, Carlos. I do my homework. I do my homework on my guests.
Okay, so Los Reyes, that's the brand.
Yep.
Okay. Amazing.
All right, so tell us a little bit about the brand and how you became a brand ambassador for Los Reyes.
So how I became a brand ambassador, I was like scrolling, and then I seen AJ Green at Ross 500. Everybody had him on, and then I messaged them, and then they said, yeah, I could be a brand ambassador, and then they sent me this big package right here, and I did a unboxing video and opened it.
Oh yeah, we gotta check out that unboxing video. So yeah, it's pretty cool being a brand ambassador, and that helps you build your brand as well. So that's pretty elite stuff right there. So
Yeah.
so how to tell everybody how they can get them some of those cool shades right there.
So, how y'all could go get some cool shades is go to Los Reyes website and you can get them. They're fire. Y'all gotta go tap in and get them.
Especially the football players that are watching. Go
Especially
copy.
y'all
Go
playing 7-on-7. I need them.
exactly. Go copy y'all some. And there go my man in them pads. And
Mm,
and only you can't wear 28 if you're not tough. So those there's certain numbers on the football field. If they wearing it, they good. Like one,
obviously,
two,
number one.
number one, two, 7, 21, and 28.
Yeah,
And
those single digits, like single digits. That's like you're the guy. Like you're the guy. Like single digits. That's like you're the guy wearing single digits.
Oh, I had 28 because like my jersey was not made, so that was like just like a jersey to wear. And my jersey number was 00.
Double
uh-oh,
zero.
uh-oh. See, you ain't got them custom numbers. You're really tough.
Yeah.
But 28 has some hogs right there. Excuse me, wearing that wore 28. Marshall Falk is a prime example. Dude was a hawk. So tell us a little bit about the team that you're playing on right here.
And
And
Adrian Peterson.
Adrian
yep,
Peterson.
AP. Um, so a lot. I can't even think of all their names right now. That's wow. I hate when that happens when I'm live. But
Yes.
there's a lot of top running backs. I wore 28.
Yeah.
AP, Marshall Falk. Um, that goes with it. But so tell your audience about the team here. This the Chargers.
No, this team here was winning circle. Uh,
Okay.
Actually, that picture was right. That was the game before I broke my arm.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't want to remember it. I don't want to go down memory lane of that part. I know we talked about it already, but that was a tough game. The one after this one, that was
And
a pretty tough run too.
and the towel I'm wearing, that's Dirty. I'm an ambassador for them. Shout out Dirty. Y'all go tap in, go buy some Dirty merch.
Yeah,
Right
I
for
was.
sure.
Yeah, he was ahead of me. I was gonna talk about that. I was about to mention that. But yeah, so you got two brand ambassadors, Los Reyes Shades and Dirty DRTY.
Yep.
And so how old were you in this picture?
I was 12.
Oh, that was recent. So
Yeah,
who you who was you playing for here, or was you at practice?
I was playing for Hillstar, and that
Oh,
was in the game.
okay.
That was in the warm up before the game.
All right. And my man, see how flag then evolved, Carlos?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we used to just go out there with some shorts on, put the flags on,
Just go on.
and that's it. Now they all they all dripped out now. They got headgear. Uh,
Yeah.
they got sweats. They got
Yeah.
they got towels. They got all that now.
Yeah.
Gloves.
Shout out Hillstar Sports. Shout out Coach O. Shout out Sonny. Shout out all of them.
That's what's up. That's what's
And
up.
shout out True.
That's what's up. Shout out, y'all. Y'all heard my man.
Shout out to the Hellstar crew.
The Hellstar crew, man. Y'all gotta check them out though. If y'all in the California area, man, you gotta check them out. They're worth the price of admission, man. They're gonna give y'all a show.
And Coach Dirt.
And shout out to Coach Dirk, all y'all, man. Y'all gotta check out Hellstar, man. They give you a show when they pull up. When they pull up, y'all know what time it is.
Yeah.
Oh, that game, that's like we had like a big mansion. It was like El Chapo's house.
Okay. Okay, okay. He wants to get into story time already, Carlos. Before we
Yeah.
even finish the show and tell. So give us a little story about your experience then.
My experiences, I don't even know. It was just a crazy experience.
That's one of them once in a lifetime experiences, right?
We drove there in like a big charter bus. The charter bus was fun.
Oh yeah.
For free. Everything free. House, food, everything.
It's a dream. Everything
Man,
free in a mansion.
so shout out to Lil Chopper and your sponsors,
They had a
because
they had a whole basketball court, pool table, a game room, pool, everything.
Wow.
and y'all had that for the whole weekend.
Yeah. Like the pool had a whole castle. It was like a castle.
Wow. It's a
That's
dream of a weekend. That's like
that's what's up, man. Hey, that's one of the experiences as a kid that you never forget.
never.
You'll never forget that, man. That's
Shout
what's
out
up.
Hillstar for all that. They put that together.
Yeah, shout out to them, man. That's what's up for y'all putting that together for them, man. But it's deserving, man. When they hit that field, man, they put on a show. Now we gotta show Carlos, y'all. We gotta show Carlos. We gotta show Carlos how y'all be putting in that work on the field. And there you are at is that the University of Arizona?
Yep.
Arizona.
All right, story time times two. So how was your experience here on Arizona campus?
So our experience was good. We got a tour of everything. We got lanyards. Like it was fun. We got to meet the college coaches, some of the players. It was fun.
That's what's up. And that's what's up. My man's like,
Yeah.
and y'all know.
Just posing on the practice field in Arizona.
Did you put?
We went to U of A, the Sun Devils,
Yep.
in the same day.
Oh wow, same day. All right.
Honestly, I guess I got to watch them play too. That's what's up. So one day we're gonna put that in the air. One day you're gonna be scoring touchdowns in Sun Devil Stadium,
Yeah.
either for them or against them,
In Tempe.
or in a bowl game. Because
Yeah.
they do bowl games out there.
Or playing Washington State like my dad.
Or play Washington State. What? Yeah, but well, now it's like because of conference realignment and all that. Arizona State doesn't play Washington State, but if they play in a bowl, it's possible.
No, I think they still schedule them though.
No, but now Washington State's like in the Mountain West. No wait. They're in the Pac-12. They're in the Pac-12.
No,
Yeah.
Pac-12's don't more.
No. But the Pac-12 they're rebuilding it right now. Like I think Washington State's there, Oregon State's there, Boise State's there, Colorado State's there. Like they're building it up again, Tony. And I think they just signed a new TV deal with CBS, so they're on the come up.
I need to check. I need to fact check that.
Yeah, fact check it all.
I need to fact check that.
Yeah, that's for another time.
Yeah, that's for college football day.
Yeah,
The college
I can
episode
get-
in August.
I can get into that for hours, but yeah, we're talking about T2 here.
Yep, my man T2. So nice catch, by the way. First off, I want to say nice catch.
Yep, thank you.
You're welcome. My man always stay dripped out. So and shout out to the cameraman who caught this in real time. It's not easy to get these shots this precise like this. This is like something that you can put on a football card or something.
Actually, that was my dad that caught that.
Well,
Man, shout out to Big T.
yeah, shout out to Dad.
Shout out to Dad, man. Hey, you might need to start a career in photography, brother, because this is like one of the professional NFL shots. Caught it right in good time, right when the ball hit right in his
Uh,
hands.
Shout out to West X. Make sure y'all go follow them. Yeah, that's our other brand, West X Multimedia. Yeah.
Okay, West X Multimedia. Let me make sure. I need to follow that West X Multimedia. While I'm taking notes on this, tell us about this picture.
Oh, that picture, we was like on the sideline. Everybody was on the sideline warming up before the game, like practicing our catches. After that, we just like was like doing one hands, catching the balls and stuff. It was fun.
All right, it's
That was,
showing out while you warm up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Now this picture's tough right here. This picture's tough,
uh,
and that's a
that
that's.
picture, we took it home.
Oh, you still have that trophy? You have that trophy?
Nah, Hellstar got it.
Oh,
Yep.
but that look like that almost looks like the Lombardi trophy
It's like
for
a
the
replica.
NFL. Yeah, almost like the Super Bowl trophy. Was that what y'all won the Super Bowl?
Yeah. But it was we played against Low Pro. That was a good game.
All right, tell us about that game. How'd they go?
Low Pro, we just like was going neck to neck, back and forth. And then one of our like guys, his name is DJ. Go follow him. DJ the only one. He made the catch of the game, and that's what ended it.
That's what's up. Shout out to DJ, man, making that clutch catch. Mm. Carlos loves clutch players.
Yeah. Down to the wire, who's gonna make that clutch play. And
And
yeah.
shout out to Hillstar, man, for taking this Super Bowl trophy home. Um, that's a good recruiting tool right there. Walk in like, bam, there it is.
Like just showed them the trophies, like Pat Riley to LeBron James. Like, look at this, like the rings and stuff.
And how old were you in this one?
12.
Also, this happened recently too.
Yep.
Okay. And this is your whole squad right here, right?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, give us a shout out and let us know who is in this picture and what game you guys were at or who you were playing.
All right. So in this picture, these like all my boys, everybody on the team. The game, or let's go with the tournament first. Like the tournament was the C1N, like the Cam Newton tournament. That's what we played in. We won and took everything back. And then the game who we played the AZ Legends again, and we beat them.
Oh, okay. So then they must be one of your big rivals.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So shout out to the boys. Shout out to Cam Newton. Doing big things for the youth out there in Cali. Uh, and shout out to your squad, man, for taking it home.
Yep.
And there you go again. Um, you see the trend here, Carlos?
Hmm.
You see a trend here with my man? You look good, play good.
Look good, play good, play good. They pay good.
He adding layers to it. So,
Yeah, that's Coach Prime's little motto thingy.
so this the same tournament as this picture here?
Yep.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. So this is before the championship game. Do you remember which game you were playing on this one?
Yeah. This is a championship game.
Okay, my man locked in right there.
Yeah.
That's what's up. And same tournament, right?
Yeah. I was just waiting for them to get ready because it'll take forever. They will not line up.
he's
This
like
was,
let's he's like let's go, bro. Let's go.
yeah.
All right. Yeah,
Oh,
live game action. Somebody's torched.
yep. So that was like the dirty camp. Shout out dirty again. That's my boy Eddie. He played on Hillstar with me. We was just
Oh,
like
okay.
we went on one-on-ones, guard each other. He kind of broke me, but I got up and I still make the play.
So you was on defense here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, that's different. That one's different. I could see now. That one was on off.
Oh, okay. So you got to step on them.
Yep.
Shout out. And last but not least, um, you got that takeoff.
We was
So
doing like this drill. It was like you gotta go and then you gotta turn and then you gotta go and turn and beat the other person.
okay. So whoo. Those were some
It was an
good.
L drill.
Oh, you want me to put that back up? Let me put it back up. I'm moving too fast. My bad. My bad, T2, man. This is your show, man. This is your show. My bad. I'm moving too fast, man. Tell me to slow down, man. Tell me to slow down. Like
That drill was the L drill.
the Eldra. Okay. So this was at the Dirty Camp again?
Yeah. And that's my dad in the background recording. So dirty.
Shout out to Dad.
Yep.
So is he the CEO of West X Media?
Yep.
Oh yeah, we definitely got to support. We definitely got to support.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe if they're in Florida, they can pull up to one of Christian Rios's games.
Hey, who knows?
Man, if he's taking shots like this, it'll make your brother look good.
Yeah.
Taking shots like that. We'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see if they ever in South Florida. We'll see. We gonna have to hit them up
Yeah.
Yeah. We could go to Florida. We fly out.
for sure.
We played in Florida.
For sure. Hey, we gotta coordinate. We gotta coordinate that. We gotta coordinate that because that'll be that. Get us some love down here. And there's the sports scene out here is pretty big too. So you know, go out there, get some get some footage in, uh, post it, and other teams they love that footage. They don't care if they don't care who's established. You know, go out here and give Range Man Media a run for his money.
Range, man. Yeah, like that. See, he's in a different. He's a South Florida filmer. He's a South Florida filmer.
Yeah, but he does mainly basketball. So
Yeah.
he does mainly basketball.
Yeah. He's basketball. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we can link up. Um, because they got a huge football scene out here. Maybe we can link up and get y'all out here to one of these tournaments. We got to support my man. We got to support my man and Pops and Pops' business.
Yeah.
So that was just one half of the show and tell. One half.
Yeah.
So
now we show you them why you deserve to be on the show.
yes, sir. But before we do that, Carlos, you got any thoughts on what you've seen so far?
That was like amazing. A lot of pictures, a lot of stories. It was amazing. I loved it.
Yep. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, man. And this is like I said, this is keep on trucking. Keep on trucking. But let's get into the footage here. We have a few videos here to show. Let's dive into the first one, and you let us know what's going on. This one's about 13 seconds, but you can talk through it if you want. I cut the soundtrack off, but here we go. That's you. You can tell us about this play.
All right. So this play, like, they just told me to just run through the middle. So I just ran through the middle, and then I just like stiff arm one person, and then I just start running.
That was a tough run, though.
That
That,
was.
that's showing that you're not afraid to go down them trenches. Most speed backs only want to hit the outside, but you showing them that you're not afraid to hit down the trenches. Let's show them one more time how tough you run. Let's show that one more time. There you go.
Yeah, and hit the
That's
cut right
right.
there. Cut in the middle.
Cut up, right up the gut. Man, that hole was huge. Shout out to your O line.
Break tackle and then boom.
Hey, shout out to the defender 23, man. That was a good wrap up though. He wasn't letting you go at all. I will bear hugged you. He was like,
That was the best team in Vegas.
Oh wow, the best team in Vegas.
The
All right.
best team where I broke my arm.
that was that game.
Yep.
Oh,
I hate seeing that field now.
See, now you're making me feel bad for showing it. Man,
I
I don't want you feeling bad and reminiscing that, man.
okay. How about we move on, Tony?
Yeah, we're gonna move on. This one's different. This one I think you was at a photo shoot. So let me show it, and you can give us the story behind this one. You can talk through this one too.
This one was with Lorenz. Shout out Lorenz. We was like at a photo shoot showing like all the jerseys and the trophies we won and stuff.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Man, your career is taking off real good, man. You got brands going out. You're a brand ambassador for like 2 or 3 things. You got your own clothing line out.
Yep.
So you're doing big things right now. So
Yep.
keep it up. Keep it up.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. I'm gonna show you the last of the short clips. This one, I think I still have the soundtrack on this one, so I don't think you can talk through it. But it's about 11 seconds. Let's see. Oh no, it was
break.
that was for Hellstar.
And that one, that's against the Apex. That game was hard, and I made that play. It was like, cause I was like on him, and then I see the ball. I was gonna try to grab it, but then I just smacked it, and I thought he caught it. And then I seen the ball bounce, and I just said straps.
Yeah. The celebration.
Just let them know, like.
That's bad, like seatbelt.
So with this last one, Carlos,
Yeah.
you're about to meet AJ Green,
Okay.
the man that we've been talking about, who's been following him a lot.
All right.
With Hellstar.
All right.
So before we showed it, T2, do you want to catch Carlos up to speed? Tell him a little backstory on Mr. AJ and how he done got to know you and your squad.
All right, so how AJ Green got to know me and the squad is, so I wasn't there like when he met them, but I came like later. But how he met me is like, so Coach Dirt, he called me and he said, come play with us in this tournament. And I went, and then like we just started playing for Hellstar, and then AJ Green was there, and then he met me. Like that's how we met. And then we went to AJ Green and Brick's house. Shout out AJ Green and CEO Bricks.
Shout out. So he's a huge supporter of them, and he has. I'm not gonna say it because I'll butcher it, but he has his own catchphrase.
All right.
In all his videos, he has his own catchphrase. But you're about to hear it. T2 knows what it is.
Right.
Don't spoil it for him, T2. I'm gonna let him hear it himself. It's exclusive to him, so here we go.
Did he take it from him? Bro, I think he took it from him. Bro, I think he took it from him. And it's on that sideline. That ref, the coach gonna get in his ear. Yeah, K's in there. K got a good angle. Who got it? They all pointing that way. good. Now go get in the end zone. 1, 2, 3, 4. King released it and started celebrating before he even caught it, bro. That's that directional throw. Rolling out this way. Lead your receiver back inside. Got it. Going for 2. Just go one drive at a time. If they can't come back on defense and stop their offense,
So he's kind of like a content creator, pretty much, right?
Yep. The first part where they said "ah wee wee," that's my little brother. Shout out him. His name Kyer. Shout out him.
Right.
K1 Speed. That's his Instagram.
Right. Yeah. And that first play kind of reminded me of the Seahawks-Packers game. Remember, Tony? The Seahawks-Packers game, like back in the day. You know, when thing was like tied up, and I think they called a touchdown for Seattle, and that's how Seattle won the game, I think. So yeah, I don't think you like that, but yeah, but it kind of reminded me of the same play, like how it got tangled up, and I think the play was called a touchdown, right? Wait, T2, right? A touchdown?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it kind of reminds me of that play right there. But yeah, he kind of reminds me of the content creators like in basketball. You know, we have some people like Cam Wilder. Do you know who that is? T2.
Yeah, Cam Wilder, Nelson, all them, LeVar. Yeah.
Yeah. So he kind of AJ Green. He kind of reminds me of him because his content very similar. So yeah.
What about what you know about that Zeddy Will?
I don't know that much in depth, but and I do know, Cam Wilder, the Nelson, the Niles Newman, I know that, like the basic, but not like in depth, like their whole crew and stuff.
Yeah, they was I know you're a football guy, but they had their own up here at Ballin' on the Beach. They had their own court.
Yeah, so basically
the content creators, they had their own court 40, I believe, upstairs. Yeah. And Cam Wilder, what's the big guy's name?
LeVar.
The hooper, the heavy set hooper.
Oh no, he played for Drifties, Cold Heart, right? The red team. Yeah. Oh no, it was white. It was the white team. White team. Oh no. Yeah. No, he was the one. He was the one on the celly that was knocking.
Wait, the Cold Heart.
The video went viral. I think it might be them. Yeah. T2.
Yeah, the Drifty Cold Hearts. Yeah, he plays for Team Break.
He's a big guy.
the big guy that. No, he's kind of like Baby Shaq, right?
Yeah, but
him.
But he can shoot threes, and he can cross you up. Yeah, he was the one that was knocking his teammates down in the celebration.
Oh, him.
Yeah.
No, he plays for. No, it wasn't Drifty Cold. It wasn't Rod Wave Elite either. It was Gremlin University.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, RW. I think they won it.
And by the way, Tony, he was right next to us when we were watching one of our clients play. By the way, so
I didn't even see it.
He was right there, like literally right there, and I think the kids.
That was that crowd of people that went behind us. I noticed when we was watching the Jackson's game, there was a huge crowd that went behind us.
It wasn't a huge crowd. It was kind of like a little bit of a crowd, but yeah, he was like right behind us, like literally on the court, right next to us. Yeah.
Oh. So that's why everybody went down there. But yeah. I only brought that up because they was all up there at Ballin' on the Beach. All the content creators up there. So shout out to them.
Yeah.
So, Carlos.
Yeah.
T2. I don't know what. So we got to know you in your Q&A. We talked a little sports earlier. We saw your clips, we saw your pictures, and that catch, by the way, Carlos.
Yeah.
When he did that after he scored that touchdown at the end, he did that walk off. I think that was to this picture that we showed earlier that you talked about. I think it was this one.
That one? Okay.
I think it was this one.
Okay.
So. That was the live action, the live action of it. And we saw your footage, what else is there to talk about? What else do you want them to know, T2?
Mm, about my clothing brand. I just opened up like a clothing brand. We actually did like like this thing like where you hide the clothes and people have to go find them. We actually had somebody go find them. Yep. And then here, some of my clothes are right here.
Okay.
We got this one. We got the back,
Hey, okay.
That's pretty. It's pretty clean.
and we got some shorts.
Shorts, all right.
Oh, we got some more shorts,
All right.
and then
That's
we
what's
got
up.
one more pair of shorts.
All right. So
Yeah.
different color. All right.
You shop online now at silentfear.online.
Yeah, for
Yes,
the
sir. And the link is right there on the screen.
right there on the
The
screen.
link is right there on the screen. So go ahead and put your order in, and my mans will get it out to you.
Yep.
But while we're talking about your clothing line, what was the idea behind it getting it started? In case you know,
So it was like really like me watching like YouTube, and then I just like wanted to start a clothing brand. So then I just like thought of the name Silent Fear, and then like we just made it come to life.
I like that name. I like
Yeah.
that name.
Yeah.
Silent
Creative.
Silent Fear. Like he goes out there and he puts silent fear into his opponents.
Yeah, I know. It sounds so creative. I love
Very,
it.
yeah,
And
very creative.
they're cheap, not expensive.
Well, we want to say affordable. Let's say affordable.
Affordable.
Yeah. So they're very affordable, y'all. So go on there, silentfear.online. The link's right there, and go ahead and get yours. Um, because Be Ready Sports gonna have to go on there and get ours. So to support my
Yep,
man.
yep. Go support.
Yeah, I gotta
Thank
support.
you.
Of course, you gotta support our guests, man. They doing big
Yeah,
things, big
for
things.
sure. Promote all the clothing lines, promote all the brand ambassadors. You got to promote all that so that you can spread the word.
But you said you did like a Easter egg hide and go seek or hide and find of your gear.
Yep.
That you said you did that recently, and I watched a video of it. So so how did that come about? Like, what was the idea behind that? That
That's like
treasure hunt?
we made like that was like one of our first like t-shirts we made, and we was just trying to get people to go support and go buy. So we just like hit them just for people to go find them and to support, see if people like them. Yeah.
That's a good.
That's creative.
That's a that's a creative marketing campaign, man,
Yeah,
and
no.
it didn't even cost you anything.
Yeah, I know. Just invite people and do an Easter egg. Find the clothing. I love it. I love
Yeah,
it, C2. I love it. So creative.
yeah, that's a unique way of getting your product out there. Man, that's what's up. Man, that came out of that brain right there, yours.
Yep.
Man, we got to hire him for our marketing campaign.
Marketing.
We got to
Yeah.
hire T too. All right. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna open up the phone lines now. How many calls do you want to take? Uh,
Doesn't matter.
doesn't matter. Mm. Well, we have a time limit that we keep all of our young guests on. So and we're getting close to it. So I don't want to go past our time limit.
All right.
So we'll take about one or two. It's up to you. So if you guys want to call in and come on here and talk to my man T2, or you can ask him a question, or just tell him, um, give him a shout out, or tell him how you liked what you saw from his footage, and just show him some love. Just go ahead and click uh, the link that's in the chat right now. That's pinned at the top, and you will come on the show. and you can talk to my man T2. So go ahead. And while we're waiting on that, T2, there's a number. Wow, there's a question that I asked all my guests. So, question is, there's a story behind the number that you choose. Some athletes, it could be, just they just pick a number just to pick a number. Some have a story behind it for like a family member that passed away, or family member that wore that number, and you just paying, and then you just want to keep the tradition. So what's the story behind the number that you choose?
All right, so the number that I chose was number 2. And the story behind that is because my dad wore number 24, but I didn't want to wear 24, so they just like made it shorter with like the number 2. And then also the reason why it's number 2 is because I'm Theron West II.
I love it.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what's up. I like that. I like that. Similar story to man, you see the similarities in those two, man. Him and Speedy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of you need to follow if you haven't followed him yet, T2, and I'll tell him the same way.
Yeah.
It'd be really dope if y'all get to know each other, because y'all got a lot of similarities in y'all games.
Yeah.
And y'all about the same age as well. That's my man. T is TB2 Speedy.
TB2 Speedy. Yeah. And I feel like y'all two are on the same trajectory. Like he already has an offer, you already have an offer. I feel like you two are very similar, and y'all two are on the same trajectory, like uprise. So yeah. So
Yeah, and I'm gonna hit him up too, and so you guys, go follow each other. But yeah,
yeah,
similar, very similar.
I know. He's from North Carolina, so yeah, he's cross country.
But you'll see once you see, you'll see the similarities. Y'all both elite football players. He plays offense and defense as well. He's more of a receiver. You're a running back. But y'all both fast as I can't say the word, but y'all both really fast.
Yeah, fast.
Really elite. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get any calls, Carlos. Nobody clicked the link. Let's give him about 60 more seconds. Click that link and you come on here and talk to my man T2. While we're waiting on that, you got any final questions for him, or any final thoughts, or any trivia questions you want to ask him?
Trivia questions, why not? Okay, T2. Okay, so here's one. Okay, when was the last time the Ravens won the Super Bowl?
Like
What?
years ago.
Wait, when?
2 years ago.
2 years ago? No, it wasn't 2 years ago. The Ravens.
Why lie? It was 2 years ago.
It wasn't 2 years ago.
Oh.
The Baltimore Ravens. When was the last time they won a Super Bowl?
Two.
It was in the 2010s. I'll tell you that.
2010
Was
era.
or wasn't?
It was 2010 era.
2013.
Oh, there we go. First try. Yeah. There we go. 2013.
They beat my 49ers. That was a lights out Super Bowl.
They're in the Superdome, right?
That was the lights out Super Bowl. I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they have two. Do you know when they won their first one?
Hold there for a second.
2021.
No, the first one.
Oh, like the team?
No,
Yeah,
the
the
Ravens' first Super Bowl. Yeah, their first one. Do you remember? Do you know that one?
20. I don't know.
No. Probably way before his time, Tony. Before my time.
It was 2001.
Yeah, 2001 when they beat the Giants.
Yep.
Yes,
They beat the New York Giants with a non-elite quarterback.
non-elite. Gotta add that in there. Non-elite.
They had a non. It was Ty. What was the name? Trent Dilfer. They went with Trent Dilfer.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess the T2. I don't like we're gonna get any calls today, which I hate when that happens. But I'm gonna put your website back on. Tell them how they can find you on your social media platforms, your YouTube, and of course I got your online store on here.
They can find me on Instagram at T22Fast. They can find me on YouTube at T22Fast. They can find me. That's it. And on my clothing brand page.
Which is right here on the screen, silentfear.online. And do you want to give any final shout outs?
Mm, yeah. Shout out to my mom and dad and my grandma.
For sure.
Shout out to grandma. Man,
Yeah.
I miss the grandparents calling in, man. They always give you teary eyed when they call in, man. They be so passionate.
Yeah.
Like every time the grandparents call in, nobody want to call in after them. All right. So this was amazing. We definitely gonna have to bring you back on again. Um, like I said, man, and keep up the journey. Um, you know, stay on the trajectory that you're on, and I can't wait to see you in high school. But first, we got to get through that eighth grade year, and I know that eighth grade year is gonna be a movie.
Yeah.
So shout out to you. So
Let's wrap it up.
Carlos.
Yeah. Let's wrap it up.
Now my man sad. Look at his face. He didn't want the show to end, man. Look at his face. My man looks sad right now. He's like, oh no, man. He probably pissed off that nobody called in, man. What's wrong with y'all?
Hmm.
Let's show my man T2 some love, man. When we bring him back on, y'all better call in. All right.
Thank you.
Oh, you for sure. We definitely gonna do this again. Go ahead and count us out, Carlos.
3, 2, 1.
To be ready
To stay ready.
and keep supporting the show, y'all. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. That'll help us grow. And if you want to donate to the channel, it's $ Coach T HBA Academy. That goes to the podcast and the academy. And tune in tomorrow when we talk NBA draft and we have some strong topics.